Hey, what's up, fathers? We are on day 13, less than halfway through this 21 days. I pray and hope that our time together has been fruitful and that you're getting something out of it, that you're resetting, that you are refocusing in your journey of fatherhood. Today we're on day 13, and it's from one of my favorite narratives in the Bible, favorite parable stories in the Bible, and that is of the prodigal son. So I'm reading from Luke 15:11, Luke chapter 15, verse 11. And I'm just reading a portion, the first part of that scripture. And it says, he also said, a man had two sons. I love this narrative, this story of the prodigal son, or the prodigal, or the way I like to term it, the prodigal father. And I'm just going to read what I wrote for today, and then I'm going to just elaborate for a minute, and then we're going to be done. Luke 15:11 introduces the parable of the prodigal son, a narrative that provides profound insights into fatherhood. This passage reveals the story of a man with two sons who were extremely different in nature. One son demanded his inheritance and squandered it in reckless living, while the other son remained dutifully at home. This story highlights the obligation of fathers to understand and embrace the individuality of each child. I'm going to skip a paragraph and read my last paragraph. This parable teaches fathers the importance of flexibility in parenting. Each child requires a custom-made approach that respects their differences and fosters their growth. By understanding and responding to the distinct needs of each child, fathers can create a supportive environment that nurtures their development and strengthen the family bond. The story of the prodigal son thus serves as a timeless reminder of the complications and the rewards of fatherhood. This is a very complex text, so many layers in this text, but what I love is that this father had two sons and they were completely different. He could not father the prodigal who left the same as the prodigal who stayed. Raised in the same roof, but had to parent them differently. A lot of his fatherly love came from the love that he had for his sons. And it goes back to yesterday's devotion in day 12 with us focusing on 1 Corinthians 13. Let our love be demonstrated to each child individually. They are different. If you have more than one child, you can't father them the same. You can have the same values and the same principles and the same standards in your home, the same rules and things, but you cannot father them the same because they're different. It's one of the hard lessons I learned in fatherhood. I could not father my oldest the way I fathered my second child. I could not father my second child the way I fathered my third child. But what I could do is allow the love that I have for all of them to then push me to love them individually where they are. And that's what I love about this father. He dealt with the son that left. The son left, squandered his inheritance, and then came back. And that father greeted him, hugged him, put the ring on him, killed the fatted calf, threw a party for him, and he loved that son. The other son, who was upset that the father accepted this son back, he dealt with that son. He went to that son and was like, you're always going to be my son. You could have thrown a party anytime you wanted to, and dealt with that son the way that son needed to be dealt with. So fathers, I love the reflection questions in this devotional pushes us to kind of examine how our children need something different from us as fathers. And I challenge us to reflect on that so that we can give our children what they need, not a blanket father giving them all the same. They don't get no more, they don't get anything different. But what does this child need from me? What does this child need from me? What does this child need from me? That is what this father in Luke 15 demonstrated. And so, fathers, I encourage you to know your children uniquely and give them exactly what they need from you as a father. All right, that's day 13. If you want to pick up my book, here it is right here. Scan the QR code or go to Amazon, type in Reset Fatherhood Edition, and the book can be shipped to you individually. Or you can put a comment in the comment section. I have a few copies still on hand and I can send them to you. All right, hope to see you tomorrow.